From being the absolute best in the 2023 playoffs to recording the most triple-doubles in a single NBA playoff run, Nikola Jokic has done something that no one has ever done before. He led the league in points, rebounds, and assists during the 2023 playoffs, which is unprecedented in the NBA universe. No one, yes, I repeat, no one has managed that before. Not even Wilt Chamberlain, not LeBron James, or Michael Jordan. Nikola Jokic stands alone for this distinction. And it's unthinkable, because how can you be so good in every single facet of the game? It won him his first ever Finals MVP award, but the way I see it, that definitely won't be his last. Just how good were those numbers? Well, in case you missed it, Jokic scored 30 points per game during the 20 games that the Nuggets played en route to their first championship. He added 9.5 assists per game and grabbed 13.5 rebounds per contest. Oh, and just for the sake of it, he combined for 2.1 steals and blocks every night as well. So have that, critics. In Michael Porter Jr.'s words, what Jokic did was historic, and it cemented the Serbs' place among the greatest players of all time. No doubts about that, Mike. If you still don't buy into the Joker's greatness, though, allow me to explain how he wasn't just stat padding. God, I hate that word, but Jokic was actually efficient, too. He attempted almost 4 three-pointers per match. Do you know how crazy it is for a center to do that? Okay, no, forget that. We're past the point of trying to make sense of this Serbian anomaly. But 4 shots from beyond the arc, that's what Jokic was attempting every single night in the 2023 postseason. What's even more impressive is how he was connecting on more than 46% of those shots and averaged nearly 2 three-pointers per contest. Even his field goal shooting was 55%. If only he shot better from the free throw line, we could have called him a genuine 3-level scorer. 80% isn't too bad, but he can do better. All this meant that with Jokic, the Nuggets were plus 169 throughout the postseason, which probably explains why he played 39.5 minutes on average. Enough about the numbers, though. They'll never make sense. Nothing about this man is explainable, but his skill and talent is unprecedented. It makes me wonder, how far can he take the Nuggets? Would it be wrong to say that they have the chance to create a dynasty, be it the destruction of each team on their way to the NBA Finals in 2023, or let it be the manner in which Jokic outplayed every single player without breaking a sweat and possibly pushing LeBron James to the brink of retirement? Fact is, this Nuggets team is very special, and the only reason they weren't already NBA champions during the last couple of seasons is that they were constantly injured. The one season they remain healthy, Jokic leads the Nuggets to their first ever championship. I'd like to believe that this wasn't a fluke. In fact, how can anyone say it was a fluke? The Minnesota Timberwolves got lucky to get a game off this Denver side. I'm certain they were trying to rest a few players because the series was already won. Then the sheer dominance against a super team assembled in Phoenix, boy, that was pure destruction. Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker? Better luck next time, fellas. The Joker's in town. To me, though, the best part was the Nuggets completely outplaying the Lakers at their own game. You want to go big? Please try. The Nuggets are a tall side, but they didn't have a defensive center. The Lakers probably didn't either, and Anthony Davis needed help because he was totally and utterly outplayed by Jokic. I won't even talk about Miami because they couldn't have won 4 games in a 20-game series against this Nuggets team. That tells me the Nuggets are going to be back next season with more hunger. And they're going to be unstoppable because Jokic's got a taste of winning, and he wants more. This is someone who doesn't care about individual awards. He never has. So the motivating factor for him was always the NBA championship. For anyone thinking that Jokic wouldn't want to get more now, well, I've got bad news. He's going to go to Serbia. He'll have fun, gain some weight, and then when the season begins, he's going to ease himself into the regular season. I don't expect Jokic to start firing from the first minute, but once he gets into his groove, like he did in the 2023 playoffs, it's over for everyone else. The first ring is always a gateway to more, and the Nuggets have the resources to build a strong dynasty, which could dominate the NBA for at least the next decade. Whether that happens or not though, one thing's for certain, Jokic is a top 10 center of all time, and possibly more. He doesn't like the comparisons, but who cares at this point, right? For many, Jokic made it to the top 10 with his second MVP. But now that he's added a ring to the discussion, I think he's jumped a few places for sure. Artist Gilmore was special, but would I have him ahead of the Nuggets star? Nope. Jokic even has a better player efficiency rating than both Gilmore and Patrick Ewing. And considering Ewing never won the MVP or the championship, I think it's safe to say Jokic is clear of both. Moses Malone, for many, is at number 7, but given how Jokic is a much more complete center thanks to his ability to find the right pass, and the fact that he's a better scorer than Malone, I'd put him 7. To make it past David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon though, Jokic will need to add to his collection of rings, and maybe another MVP too. After all, the Admiral was the scoring champion, rebound champion, blocking champion, a 2-time NBA champ, and even the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Hakeem won 2 rings in the 90s and has plenty of other accolades to his name. I'd put those two marginally ahead of the Serb. What's crazy though is how he's still only 28. And that means he has the chance to climb this list and maybe even break into the top 5. He already has joined some exclusive company by winning a ring, cause now with 2 MVPs and a ring, Jokic is the 13th player ever to have those accolades. Only 12 others have managed that distinction. The most recent entry to the 2 MVP 1 ring club was Giannis, who joined a couple of seasons before Jokic could make it. Out of those 13, only 4 players are currently active in the NBA, so with Giannis and Jokic counting, who are the other 2? Guesses? That's right, LeBron James and Steph Curry. Other names include some big ones, Michael Jordan of course, both Magic Johnson and Larry Bird as well, even the 2 great centers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain. So this is some big-time company. But if we're being honest, Jokic should have had 3 MVPs and a ring, and he'd be able to join the three-peat MVP group too. Well, at least he doesn't care about these awards. Still though, how do you overlook someone who nearly averaged a triple-double for the best team in the West, in favor of a player who could only finish 3rd with his team in the East? It's absurd. What's even more absurd is how Jokic became the first player in NBA history to record 10 triple-doubles in a single playoff run. Records just keep on tumbling, don't they? I can't believe it though. Not even the great Wilt managed such numbers. And he was grabbing boards like his life depended on it. Of course though, for Jokic it's easier considering no other center has ever passed the ball like he does. That vision, my goodness, he really is out of this world. In the 2023 playoffs, Jokic recorded more triple-doubles in a single playoff run than anyone else has ever done. He made it to double figures with 10. Meanwhile, the previous best was Chamberlain, who got to 7 back in 1967. In the 21st century, Draymond Green recorded 6, but he did so in 22 games, while Jokic got to 10 in 20 games. Yeah, a triple-double every other game. What a madman. As crazy as that stat is, I don't think it's going to stand for very long, because the next time Jokic makes the playoffs, and at least gets to the finals, he's breaking it. The man was averaging 9.5 assists per contest, for heaven's sake. He's going to break the all-time triple-double record too. This kind of versatility is not normal, and it shouldn't be downplayed. Nikola Jokic, you really are one of a kind. So, from recording the most triple-doubles in a single NBA playoff run to being the absolute best in the 2023 playoffs, this was all I had on Nikola Jokic doing something that no one has ever done before.